As important as farming is, the value chain is long and has the capacity to employ hundreds of labor. This is an approach which has led Nigeria to the path of prosperity before now.
Value chain proposition of agriculture, which leads into industrialization. And the only way we can do that, and don't forget, before the advent of this oil, the funds that were used to create necessary infrastructure in this country, they were from the agricultural products. Cocoa, rubber, what have you, palm oil. It was even our palm kernel that was taken away from this country to Malaysia. I haven't said that. Remember the Cardinal Pyramid, the Northern Pyramid. What I'm saying is that by the time you start growing, you start processing, it leads into that, and it creates jobs, it creates wealth. And what am I talking about here? Look at, let me give a good example. Look at cassava. The extract of cassava in this country, you can get ethanol, you can get starch. Starch is what is being used by industries to package their packaging. And if you have those ones and you concentrate on that, it will create jobs. I can tell you that a lot of starch is being imported in this country. And that's why there's so much pressure on the Naira. So Naira, people are saying the value in Naira, but I believe that we must look inward and take advantage of that. We must be able to grow, we must be able to process, and we must be able to industrialize.
Looking inwards is what goes on here at this agro-based company, and soya beans is the raw material.
No, a lot of it we acquire it from the Middle Belt. Some of them we buy. Our suppliers will supply it. And some from neighboring country, like Cotonou sometimes. They supply it to the factories. They come in trucks. We offload them. We crush and extract the oil, refine the oil, and bottle it and market it. Of course, the other byproduct of the production is the soya meal, the de-oiled soya meal, which is used for animal feed industries.
But there are challenges which distort the flow of production and has to be given special attention.
It's like every all agricultural-based product. They are only available during the harvest. And basically, the harvest season is from October till March, April. So this is the peak time to buy your locally produced. In fact, this is one of the idiosyncrasies of this business, that you have to have a lot of money during this period so that you can store for the whole year and to continue to produce.
Power is another regular complaint from business operators. And although the government says it is working on more supply, the issue is a reality for now.
Yes, if you go to some of these factories, some of these companies, they're using alternate source of power because they cannot afford downtime, which will affect their production process. So they've sourced for gas, they've sourced for other, equipment that will help them produce. Some of them are doing 32 megawatts. So what I'm saying basically is that you need to do that. It's just in our houses, our homes. If you don't have power, you will get your generator working. I better pass my neighbor. So everybody, they are now using alternative source. If you look at that, so it may start being expensive because there are no competitors. But the moment competition comes in, people will be competing. You see, when you have more people involved, like I mentioned, there are some companies in some of our industrial estates that they came together and they are using the gas pipe. They got the power through that, and they are doing very well. So they can now share the cost among themselves. They will share the cost, and it will bring down their cost of production. Some companies, they have their own independent power supply, but they now share it with other companies around there, so it will bring down the cost. So you see, we are a country that we have people who are very, very smart and brilliant. And they can look for alternatives, and that's what I keep on saying, that let us lock ourselves in for some time and look at alternative ways of getting things done. I can assure you that Nigeria will probably be better than China. Just like the thing the Chinese did. They locked themselves in and found out how can we get this, and they were able to make the best out of the bad situation.
Another approach, which is being widely discussed as a way to fast-track the industrialization of the country and add value to agricultural produce, is engaging the youth.
The foundation brought in some youths, and they came in, they have the entrepreneurs among them. Some of them are making blocks, some of them are making soap, they are doing all sorts of things. Some of them are into agriculture. they've now realized that doing white-collar job does not even pay them. They can even be their own managers of their own businesses, and they've started creating jobs for people because they're employing other people. So our youths now, they are now getting to know that, look, if you see the number of applications we have in this state for agricultural land, it's enormous. So it shows that people are now gearing towards being farmers. And like I always tell people that you make the best out of any bad situation. And that is what is happening now. People are now coming in, they want to have a farmland. People are talking about having rice, growing rice, cassava. Because you see, I will tell you this, if we focus on this cassava alone, the demand for cassava is so high. I mean, the company I met yesterday said, well, they can only meet 20% of their needs. So when we get the outgrowers there and you encourage them, they are well funded, they will do that. And don't forget that many of these unemployed youths, they are very smart, very brilliant, and they are now doing, I mean, when I spoke with a few of them yesterday, I could see that they know what they are doing. And they are employers of laborers too. So basically, the youths cannot be left behind. They are the Nigerians of tomorrow. So you need to encourage them, you need to help them, and you need to get them on track.
If you say you want to engage the youth, you must be conscious of the fact that the young people of nowadays, nobody wants to go onto the farm, for the sake of going onto the farm. So what aspects of agriculture do you think would attract the young people? You may want to take them out of primary production. You may want to engage them along the entire value chain. You may bring them in when it comes to processing or things like that. Or if they're to do primary production, like I said, you could look at production using greenhouses, peppers, tomatoes, vegetables, name it. Primary production, do you want to create fish ponds, earthen ponds, concrete ponds for them to raise their fishes? And also encourage them further, ask them, not only do you sell your fishes fresh, you can smoke them. That's value addition. Do you want to encourage them to go into poultry production? Set up the poultries and then bring them in.
Going back to the farm, so at least joining the agriculture value chain is the gospel for diversifying Nigeria. Will you join that chain? Talk to us on Big Story. Thank you for watching. I'm Eni Thompson.